Hi, I'm Shamar Griffith, codename Comic Shams.
And I'm Andrew Tejada, codename Arate.
I'm a blurred with a love for artwork and comics and animation.
And I'm a writer in Blurred with a love for pretty much the same things.
We grew up together and spent much of our formative years watching and talking about DC superhero shows and content. In fact, we still do.
Every episode, we will discuss a DC production, compare it to its original source material, and share our thoughts on the adaptation.
We've enjoyed our conversations these past couple of decades, and we think you will too.
This month, we're checking out New Earths as we hop across the DC-verse on
yet another DC animated podcast, part of the Forgotten Entertainment family.
Hello, and welcome to Recent Activity, your new favorite entertainment review podcast that attempts to cover every film, every show, all at once. I am your co-host, Andrew Morgan. With me, as always, are the co-employees of the month for the Dead Kid Disposal Unit in the Boston QZ. It's Shane Beauregard.
What's up?
And Chris Brodell.
I don't remember. Is that Mandy Moore that you're talking about?
Mandy
Milo
Moore?
Ventimiglia?
Is that an Employee of the Month movie?
No, I'm sorry. This is us. That's a
Oh, gotcha.
wrong
Yeah.
show.
gotcha.
Wrong show.
Oh, is that a lot of dead kid disposal in that show? I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
It's gonna get
sorry.
dark if I keep probing, so this is not good. Thank you guys for not saying that's what she said. All right, so good start to everything going on here. I feel good about this, guys, because you know what? What have I been saying to you guys for weeks? I've been saying we are frauds for many reasons. First of all, every week we get on here saying, cover every film, every show all at once, and I can't remember the last time we talked TV. So I'm very glad that we get to do some of that today. Can you guys remember the last show we covered? Because I feel like the Apple TV Plus episode when I talked Blackbird, but that wasn't everybody.
That was it.
Yeah.
No, that or The Boys is the only two I can remember.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was way
Well,
back.
I mean, we
And
had.
I want to say it was like at the beginning of the year, too, because we did our top 5 early because they all came out early.
Yeah, I mean, when we started the podcast, we did our top 5s and stuff. But then I think throughout the year, we'd cover things we didn't like Obi-Wan or Ms. Marvel or whatever, and then cover things that we did like The Boys or Stranger Things or Barry and stuff like that, and The Bear and things of that nature. But I would say the last time maybe we even talked random TV was either the Apple TV Plus episode, or during Halloween season you guys would cover the mini series, the limited series stuff, like The Watcher and
Cabinets of Curiosity.
Curiosities and Midnight Club and all those. So that was probably the last time we really talked, and that was several months ago. So I feel good. I know we got bombarded with a lot of movies and stuff, so I feel good that we're doing this. And this time of year is kind of when TV kind of strikes back, it's post Q4 of movies where it's award season stuff and everything else. And soon enough, these last few months of shows are going to be the last ones for Emmy consideration. So you get a bunch of shows just all flying at you all at once. And one of those shows that seems to be striking a chord with everybody and becoming a huge sensation, including amongst a couple of us here, is The Last of Us, coming out on HBO Max, however you want to play it, where this thing had one of the biggest opening night audiences that HBO has ever had on its opening night, on its premiere episode for that. And it was a supersized episode on top of it. It was an hour and a half. It was this big deal. It was the biggest thing since Game of Thrones, House of Dragon territory. So they got to be over the moon with that. I'm watching it. Shane's watching it. Shane, you also played the video game too. So what did you like about the video game that made you be amped to watch the show? Because to me, I came in cold.
Right. We're all the same age. We all kind of grew up in the gaming wave of the 90s and whatever, 80s.
Sure.
And now that fatherhood has taken over a little bit, I don't have time to play that many games, but I still play 2 or 3 a year. And this game happened to come with my PS4 console. That's how old I think this game was.
Yeah.
And I don't do Fortnite or anything. I am more of a story-driven video game guy.
Okay.
And The nuts and the bolts of this thing, it was so well written. It played like a movie. Like, it literally played like a movie. It was, characters were fleshed out. The writing was just over the moon. So I loved, and it had enough action in it where it kept you going. So it had a nice balance between the story and the action mode here.
Yeah. And again, there's a lot to like about this show, but obviously people who played the game get a little more of a bonus because there are scenes that are just literally shot for shot remakes of the cut scenes or interstitial stuff that were in the game, right?
Correct. Like the first basically half hour of the opening episode is straight from the game. It's exactly how the game opens up.
Right.
Like Joel comes back to find his daughter. They're trying to make it. Everything's going crazy. It is literally shot for shot the first 30 minutes of the game and the show. So I was pumped. They are nailing a lot of the game in these first 2 episodes.
Yeah, and even things I hear about, like the second episode, where like just that little wooden bridge that crosses over from the museum to the state house or whatever, like even those small details, they're like, oh my God, they nailed this perfectly, which is what happens when your co-showrunner is the guy who created the game. So it all helps to get that authenticity down and everything else. For anyone who didn't play the game or watch the show, this show is, like I said, on HBO and HBO Max. It's about after a global pandemic destroys civilization, a hardened survivor takes charge of a 14-year-old girl who may be humanity's last hope. This stars Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, and soon to come next week, Nick Offerman, which I'm excited for as well. And I didn't write her name down, but the woman from Mindhunter and everything who plays Tess, I like her a lot. So it's a heck of a cast and very deep. And they even brought in people who either worked on the video game or auditioned for the video game and voice roles, and now are going to play fully fleshed roles. Like I know the actress who plays Marlene was that case. She tried out for that, and then she kind of aged into what actually Marlene is. And now she's playing it on the TV version. So that's pretty amazing. Chris.
Yes.
Were you just like out on this because you're just like The Walking Dead sucked all the zombie air out of the room? Or is it just like you didn't care on this level?
That's exactly it. The way The Walking Dead worked was it strung you along for far too long. And you were just like, what's the point? What, they're going to come across the same type of people. The people are the monsters, not the zombies.
Right.
But the zombies don't hurt either unless they bite you, and then it hurts. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like that just took far too long. It should have ended years ago, and now it's splintered off into different timelines. I don't know. I'm not even invested in the stuff that I don't like. So with this coming out, it just reminded me of that. But I do hear the things that Shane has said, you have said, that this is riveting. It's, it's something you have to see. And a lot of people apparently saw it, except for me.
Right. Although we might convert you before the season is out. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, especially for just even the difference in the type of, I'll air quote zombies, because essentially they're not zombies. They're people who were taken over by a fungus, which, if you ever shared the bathrooms in a college dorm, you probably were overtaken by fungus too. So I get the whole premise. That's probably where it started, quite honestly. But these people who look like they have cauliflowers growing out of their head, but also because of that can't see, so they've turned into this kind of like echolocation, click-clacking, making noise, sounded real frightening and crazy. They did them very well, and they really weren't a whole lot of them in the first episode, or at least not like up close. It was like the early transition of these people, but now it's like full-fledged, like, like Daffy Duck when he got dressed up as a giant flower, like looking like, the terrorizing version of that, I guess.
Nice visual.
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm here for the very, dad energy version of this show, apparently. So, Shane, what have you liked the most about this? Are you enjoying the show now that we're 2 episodes in?
I am. I like the look, and of course I played the game, but I like the look of the infected. I like how they were trying to explain where one can be miles away, but somehow communicate with the other ones. And they showed that in the second episode.
Yeah.
When that horde of them just rose up at the end. I love the set pieces. I love the city design with the buildings and the, just that whole look of it.
Yeah.
And I did like the actress who played Tess. It's funny you mentioned her because I've never seen her before.
But you didn't watch Mindhunter?
I honestly did never finish that series.
I'm about to flip a table. You need to get back, sir.
I know.
How dare you?
But she reminded me of like a Carrie Coon. That's what I kept thinking of when I saw her. That's who I thought it was at first. But no, the acting is great. The set pieces are great. Now that we're picking up a little more steam, I'm excited, man. They are nailing this show right now.
Yeah, and as I said to Chris, it's kind of like they're fast forwarding through almost whole seasons of Walking Dead. They're just blowing right through. Because that first episode, there's a time jump of a significant amount of time and gets right into like the government occupation of things. So it's like almost way down the line of what Walking Dead does eventually. And then, just the people aspect, what things are like, and then immediately breaking things off into, between the military government side, the kind of rebellion that's underlying it, and then already hope for humanity in the future, and just enough action mixed in that it's interesting enough that Pedro Pascal is doing this show as another lone wolf and cub situation with him doing the Mandalorian at the same time. But obviously he gets to show his face in earnest, though they had to age him up because he was too old to be the flashback version technically, and then too young to play the age he's supposed to be now.
Right.
So it's this weird kind of like makeup job every day to kind of just have him fit the time period. But yeah, I enjoy it too. I'm because one of the things that we've all talked about is that the kid can fuck these things up real bad. And Bella Ramsey, coming from Game of Thrones and being a standout there in limited roles at the end of that series, I was wondering what she was going to do next and how she can kind of build on her career. And I think this is a perfect part for her. And she has just enough attitude, maturity, but also like that kind of just that grit and spunk or whatever. Like she's believable in this kind of role. So do you feel that way too, Shane? Like you're good with that pairing, as that's going to be most of it going forward, it feels like.
Yeah, and it's funny because she does carry over some similarities from her Game of Thrones character. Like it's not that far different from her Game of Thrones character with the attitude, the sarcasm, the whole thing. So yeah, I was a little nervous because again, she was only shown a little bit at a time in Game of Thrones, and I was like, okay, how is she going to carry this off? But so far so good. I knock on wood.
Yeah. And I agree with you about the production design and everything else. I was concerned that, especially if you're mimicking a video game, that hopefully it ups the ante. But it seems like they put enough budget in this thing that I definitely see. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
The world building is very well done. And that whole, end of civilization as we know it, the transformation, that whole thing, I thought was incredibly well done. And in fact, somebody said it, I think, on The Watch or one of my other favorite TV podcasts, where it's like, the world is ending. It only starts when a plane falls out of the sky, because that's when everything has gone completely to hell. And they did it so well. Like you're in this downtown situation, a plane lands on Main Street. The world is coming to an end. So I loved how they opened it up. This talk on how the world can end, and then it kind of like it foreshadows the rest of how this is going to go on, and it was harrowing. It was such a bone-chilling way to open, and I also loved seeing Big Head from Silicon Valley in there back on HBO, so that was fun too. But yeah, they're really good at episode openings to where it's kind of like showing you how this thing developed and then bringing you back into reality, and then seeing how the future takes hold, and that's where we're going to get Nick Offerman next week. And really kind of see the other side where it was like the people who were like maybe preppers or like had some situation that can help people, that were outside of the zone. But again, I'm speculating. Shane, you actually probably know what his character is supposed to be like. Am I on the right page?
You're there. You're on the page. You're on the page.
Yeah. I mean, they already have like the episode teaser and they show a little of that. So it's cool. I'd be really into it. I miss Nick Offerman, miss seeing him all the time. So I'm into that. I'm going to watch this every week. Eventually Chris will too. But
we'll get you there, buddy.
No. Game of Thrones and this, not an episode.
But even though maybe Chris wasn't anticipating The Last of Us as one of his top shows of 2023, on this episode, we are going to get into all the other streamers and all the other shows that we're looking forward to in 2023 as we look at streamer by streamer what our most anticipated TV series is coming up for the rest of the year. So, Chris, because you've been hanging out here while Shane and I kind of catch up on The Last of Us, let's start with you, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's kick off because I'm a man of Netflix territory, have been for years. So let's start with the biggest streamer right now, and that is Netflix, who now has new co-CEOs. Good for them. Reed Hastings.
It's not just Teddy?
On. No. It was their COO got moved to co-CEO, so it's a whole succession thing, which may come up too. I don't know. But let's start with Netflix.
Yep.
They had a bunch of shows that looked very interesting to me. I went through kind of the articles on what's on Netflix. Cheap plug for a website that I do work for. They do great work over there showing stuff that's coming up. What was the one that stuck out for you as the Netflix show you're most looking forward to? Hopefully. I always say these things hopefully, unless they have an exact date and a trailer or something coming up. What show really sticks out for you?
I'm going to go with Mike Flanagan's next series, The Fall of the House of Usher.
Same. That was my pick as well. Speak on it, buddy.
I think we've all sung the praises of Mike Flanagan. Some series are better than others, but overall, he has a certain tone that he exudes in each episode, whether it's, some eerie doom, what have you.
Yeah.
Just spine tingling, or just these dramas that you're invested in. He is right now, and maybe pun intended, he is king.
What's funny you say that because a lot of the main reasons, besides what you already touched on, of why I want to watch this show is I don't know if it's, even though the movie wasn't that good, The Pale Blue Eye just reminded me so much of what, like, I loved Edgar Allan Poe, reading Poe. Before I was reading King, I read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe, and, The Fall of the House of Usher, falls right in there. It gets all my favorite things. It gets Flanny, it gets Poe, it gets his, Flanagan's, big-time cast members from a lot of these other limited series in here, including Shane's side hustle, Carlo Gugino. You're bringing back, other people he's worked with, like Annabeth Gish and Henry Thomas. The full crew really coming back for Flanny's last ride with Netflix, it looks like, as he's going over to Amazon Prime to do another King adaptation. As he's trying to do Dark Tower, as I understand. So, good luck. It seems to be a cursed thing, but hopefully he can turn it around. But I'm also excited by the people he added to his cast of characters. Willa Fitzgerald, who you could see currently on Reacher, is going to be in this as well. And biggest for me overall, Mark Hamill, everybody, going to be in this show as well. I feel like he's going to probably be in the initial sit down between the people who kind of set up the rest of the story. If you know the Fall of House of Usher, you know what I'm talking about. So I am into it for that reason. Shane, did you pick this as well, or do you have a different show for Netflix?
I have a different show.
All right.
I could have gone several ways here, but this became like a lot of people started talking about this show a little while back when they're changing casting for season 4, and that is season 3 of The Witcher. Henry Cavill's last ride as Geralt.
Yeah.
So I love the first 2 seasons. I think it's a very underrated show. Another video game, but book series first. But of course, I don't read, so I played that video game as well.
Sure.
And it was another fantastic game. It's fantasy world. It's swords and monsters and nakedness. It's great stuff. It's like just taking Cheese Whiz and just right in the mouth.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to see where they're going to go with this last season. And again, he's being changed over for Liam Hemsworth, which a lot of people are not happy about come season 4.
Yeah.
I have some big shoes to fill, my man. So yeah, that comes out in the summer. I didn't get a specific date, but it said summer of 2023. So
hey, you're lucky you got that these days. A lot of times, especially with Netflix, will go undated forever. They seem to be doing pretty well with forecasting a lot of big names. They had that trailer come out for their movies slate where they put stuff out, including my big thing, David Fincher's The Killer, coming out in November. So awesome. At least I can have, I can circle it on my calendar, put little hearts, and wait for The Killer to come out. But yeah, they definitely have a lot of good stuff. Speaking of Game of Thrones, there's a Benioff and Weiss show. The creators of Game of Thrones, they're doing a show for Netflix. There's a bunch of good stuff. And in fact, I don't know if you guys watched it over the weekend, but weird plug, that 90s show was actually kind of enjoyable. I don't know if you guys watched that 70s show at all or any of that. I didn't actually watch it that much, and I watched that 90s show, and I enjoyed myself.
I heard that a lot from other people, and I have not seen it yet. I wasn't a fan of the 70s show. Thank you, Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
So I saw like a blip for this, and I heard one of the jokes, and I'm like, okay. So I don't know.
Yeah, trust me. If I thought it was just nostalgia bait, whatever, didn't have depth of character, it was just, remember when they tried to do that 80s show, and it was awful?
I don't think I've watched one episode of that.
That was like Annie Potts, I think, was in it or something. It was bad. It was very bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's because this decade resonates with me more, but they don't really do a lot of that. It's really just an update of like, hey, here's a taste of the characters you liked in that 70s show, and then here's a lot of their kids, and there's like a whole new subset of that. And you still get a lot of the flavor of what the original show is like, and it's updated. And I think they updated pretty well. The producers, one of them is one of my favorite comics. I haven't seen him do a lot of comedy lately, and this is why, probably because he's making quality TV shows. It's Tommy Johnigan, if you were ever into him as a stand-up. But he's one of the producers on it, and I think the jokes are just way tighter and better than a lot of these sitcoms from years past, and especially any of Netflix's sitcoms. Oh my God, their sitcoms are so bad. R.I.P. Blockbuster. I tried giving that thing a try. Oh my God, it was so bad, so bad.
So I had watched the first 5 episodes while I was doing laundry this weekend.
Yeah,
and
shout out to laundry. Good job.
So it's a forever task that you will do till the day you die.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm watching it. I'm positioned to watch it, to absorb it, but it's essentially just like old school TBS to me. It's on,
it's good
but you're not
stuff,
really,
sure.
Invested. Man, yes, it gives you bits of nostalgia. You got Kitty and Red automatically there. Eric and Donna make an appearance. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis make an appearance.
And I like Tommy Chong in it.
Yeah, and he pops in. But overall, it's like, it doesn't feel 90s to me. It's like they haven't changed much from the 70s. And the laugh track kills me. I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, it's been a minute since I watched like a classic sitcom that had that. But
Nickelodeon has more believable laugh tracks than this does. It's just like joke, laugh track, cuts off, new joke, laugh track, cuts off. I'm like, oh my God. That's why I couldn't watch The Ranch. I was out.
Yeah,
I tried to give it a chance.
Yeah.
But no, it was terrible. But I was just like, it it's going to please some people. It's just something I'm not going to be like, oh, now I have to continue it and finish this series. I'm like, I'm done.
Listen, I think because, again, it was, 10 episodes or something like that? 8 to 10, somewhere in that range?
Something like that.
And it literally just feels like when I watched The Wonder Years, when it was like it had just that like special couple of episodes where like Kevin went on vacation with his family, meets a person, and then it's over like within days. It felt like that in a season because basically the conceit is, Laura Prepon and Topher Grace's, kid, is staying with Red and Kitty for the summer, and then hilarity ensues, growing up ensues, and all these other things. And I don't know. I find it to be very good passive entertainment. I'm not going to go running out being like, oh, man, favorite show of the year. But like, enjoyable. Where it could have been a flaming turd. It's a show that should have been for me. Like I watched 1.5 episodes and went, nah. But I stuck with it and it was good.
Prior to it coming out, once I heard that it was happening, I was like, this is like Saved by the Bell and then Saved by the Bell, the new class. And it sure enough is. You have similar characters that are just the next generation. And you're like, that person's trying to be Zach Morris. That person's trying to be, Ashton Kutcher's character. There's a lot of similarities
Fez
with that.
In here too. A good dose of Fez.
Yep.
Yeah. I think this show is more bought in as opposed to like those Saved by the Bell new classes. Because I think like you did the new class and it was like, oh, are all my favorite characters coming back? Nope. Just Belding and Screech.
Yep.
Oh, really? God.
Yeah.
That hurts. Mm-hmm. So like this one,
Belding
it's
and Screech turned into Kitty and Red.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Remember when they had sex? No, just kidding.
I saw that episode.
Yeah. But yeah, so I would recommend it if you guys are into that kind of thing and you haven't checked it out yet. Next streamer we're going to talk about is Disney Plus. We can start with Shane on this one because, of course, Disney is known for having their Marvel Fair, Star Wars, all kinds of different shows. But I'm curious to see what you picked there, Shane. What do you got?
Well, I was going to go one way, and of course I zigged and I zagged. I landed on The Mandalorian Season 3.
Yeah, it's my pick, too.
I wanted to go Secret Invasion because I think that's going to be the show that gets Marvel rooted back like with good television product, not what we've seen over the last year. But come on, man. You got to go with Mandalorian Season 3. I mean, Pedro Pascal is hot.
Yeah.
It's the only damn Star Wars vehicle I even care about.
Yep.
I said it. So yeah, give me more Mando, man.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer comes out. It's coming out real soon. Comes out March 1st, so we don't even have to wait that long for any of it. It definitely feels like it's still on track. It's still keeping me interested. I'm glad that we moved on from the Luke part of it all. I'm glad it's going to get kind of back to basics and a little more into the world of the actual Mandalorians, Mandalore, going back there and doing all that. So I'm really excited for that piece of it. And what's that chick's name from 24 and Battlestar Galactica? That's kind of the twisty person in Mandalorian.
The blonde.
Katie Sackhoff?
Sackhoff,
right?
yeah.
Katie Sackhoff. Like, so I think we're going to get more of her and that whole thing. And that I found to be probably some of the better episodes from season 2. So to me, that's where my head is at, and that's why I'm choosing Mandalorian season 2. Mando! Because I need to hear Carl Weathers hopefully one more time doing a little bit of that. Chris, what did you choose for Disney Plus, buddy?
Okay, I'm going left field with this one.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be like, what? I'm going to go with Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
What?
Yes. Only
What
because that is a very inventive little girl who brings forth through a portal a dinosaur that she can control and make like a pet.
So it's a wish fulfillment show for you.
Sure. Yes. You know me and dinosaurs and the Jurassic Parks and all that.
Right.
No, just I think it looks interesting to me. It sort of looks like Dexter's Laboratory and Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
And it looks like high energy. It has probably no connection to the grander MCU.
Right.
So I want to see something that's different. Yes, we're promised Loki season 2, all these other the one from WandaVision, the Coven.
Yeah.
That one.
Harkness.
Yeah, whatever the hell they're going to call it. They got that coming up.
Yeah, Agatha Harkness. And
that's what it is. Coven of Darkness. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. I know. I'm only half in on that one myself.
But,
so yeah.
So like, I didn't expect a season 2 of Loki. So, there's no want there.
Yeah.
And, Agatha was fine as a side character, but having her own show, I'm like, So that's, this cartoon, low stakes. But it's something I look forward to because I can't believe they're bringing this to a screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this something like a property that you knew before?
I believe it's Jack Kirby made it. I could be wrong on this.
Huh? Okay.
But, I think Jack Kirby made Squirrel Girl. So he had some weird phases in his life.
It's like when Stephen King was on cocaine and just like, I'm going to make Cujo.
Yep, that's it.
Just like
he's just going to attack this car the whole time.
Yeah.
And Danny Pintaro is going to die. No. So initially we had looked it up and it said Disney Channel it was going to be part of. But then it will 5 days later be on Disney Plus, and it's going from the first 3 episodes to 6. So I'll check it out, and hopefully my daughter will watch it too. It won't just seem weird, an older man watching a cartoon.
I do it all the time. It's not weird.
Yeah, exactly. But in that vein, I did show the trailer to my daughter, and she was into it. So hopefully, I will be able to sit down and watch that with my kids. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who the fuck doesn't want a dinosaur? Everybody wants it. And in fact, somebody needs to take the mantle because as many times as we've shit on the Jurassic World stuff of this year and everything else, the Razzies came out and they doubled down and like Jurassic World Dominion got like slammed.
As it should.
Yeah. I don't really advocate for the Razzies, but sometimes I just go, yeah, that fucking deserved it.
Yeah. Someone had to say it and the Razzies came to take that role.
Yeah, it was like that, Blonde. There was like a few, Morbius. There was like a few movies that they kind of like took to task this year. But on a positive note, let's move on to the next streamer, HBO Max, which, as we noted, we are currently already watching The Last of Us. And I'm sure anyone who's watching it, the commercials in the beginning are showing a lot of like the upcoming shows. I'll kick this one off. This one was super hard. They have so many cool shows, some from franchises that I've liked over the years, and some that are trying to reclaim prominence after maybe they stumbled for a while. That's why, to me, I just went with the tried and true, and I'm going for Barry Season 4, because I could have gone Succession here, which is the commercial they're pushing right now in front of The Last of Us to get us all back into that. However, and I will watch the crap out of that, mind you, but Barry Season 4, Barry Season 3 ends with him being arrested and probably going to jail, or at least going to trial, and that's when things are going to get real intense and really weird, and I really want to see how they kind of move out of that. I don't know if did either of you choose Barry Season 4?
I did.
All right, so
I did as well.
All right.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah, we're all in lockstep there, Shane. Chris, I'll start with you though. What are you looking forward to with Barry Season 4?
Just as last season kind of ramped up in each episode, you're like, oh my God, how is he going to get out of this one? Oh my God, how is he going to, elude the people that are on his ass? And he does it. But at the end, he's captured. He's, things aren't looking good for Barry.
Yeah. for once. I mean, like, he's gotten in some situations, but this seems like the most dire, and especially with Henry Winkler stepping up to the plate. Shout out to him. I believe he just won Critics' Choice for last season of Barry.
Oh, yeah. But, like, this show is so great with the balance of the dark humor, the drama, the action. I mean, there is that, the date night episode where, he's just trying to get to not the date night. He's meeting up with old friends.
Yeah.
And my God, just that whole scene, I'm laughing. I'm kind of cringing at the same time. And I was loving every minute of it. So give me more of that.
I know. I've always said with this show that it feels like if the Coen brothers ever made TV, and because it is so dark, but like deep, but also doesn't take itself so seriously that, you can't enjoy it and have some of the biggest belly laughs that you've had in maybe any show, even though it's, about a hitman and all the situations that come from that and his acting stuff and everything else. It's insane. And all the side characters are amazing. So I welcome them all back. I don't know how many we're going to get back, whether that whole deep cast now from the first 3 seasons will be returning. We'll see. Shane, how about you, buddy? What are you looking forward to with this upcoming season?
Kind of the same thing Chris said. Like at the end, we got left with such a big cliffhanger at the end of season 3. And I'm going to have to go back and kind of refresh my memory on some of the happenings in season 3 with some of the characters because I don't remember everything.
Sure.
But I feel like they went all in with their chips, man. And I feel like I had that feeling at the end of this season, like when I was watching Dexter and his sister found out he was, the guy doing everything.
Yeah.
I had that same like ominous feeling like, oh shit, like how is he gonna, like, because he's stuck now. Like I'm curious how they're gonna get him out of this corner. So I'm basically I'm just like you guys said, it's well written, it's funny, it's great. But yeah, the way season 3 ended with that cliffhanger, I'm like, oh shit, let's go.
Yeah. Did they announce this as the final season?
I haven't heard that.
I didn't think so
either. But it feels like it should be. I mean, we kind of said that after season 3, like, there's not many more places to go. But this show, seems to reinvent itself every single season and kind of push the envelope. And who knows? You could have made when that first prominent murder, I won't spoil previous seasons of Barry, but you guys kind of know what I'm talking about, the whole how it ties into Henry Winkler. And with all that could have been, the start of an end. But now it's like, let's see, because it's still haunting him and still going on. So we will see. It's been that big thing that's kind of hung over this dark cloud over the whole show. And we'll finally get, I assume, some closure of some sort into this season, whether it's the final one or not. But yeah, definitely looking forward to Barry season 4 on HBO Max. The next streaming platform I have here is Amazon Prime. They don't have a ton that's like already kind of out there to choose from, but definitely has a certain universe that we enjoy getting fuller and fuller every day. Shane, I'll start with you. What'd you pick, buddy, for Amazon Prime?
This is an obvious choice, but it's The Boys season 4. I mean, come on.
That's my choice too.
Oh, it doesn't get any better than that. Where we left off with season 3, so many storylines I have going forward. The questions I have, like what's going to happen with Soldier, like there's just so much going around that it's got to be season 4 for me. Like The Boys, it was close because I was going to go Reacher, but it's The Boys. It's the best. It's the best show Amazon Prime has on TV.
Yeah, it's the same thing as the Barry thing, right? Where the cliffhanger gets you so hooked on this particular season crossover, and the whole thing with his son and and his father, as you alluded to there too, that whole thing and this generational psychopaths of superherodom is going to go on. I was very tempted to look further into, like you said, Reacher was up there, but Generation V or Gen V, whatever the spinoff of this looks very tempting with that as well. Although the cast, I don't know a lot of the names that were there. I'd have to look into it deeper, but I think is Schwarzenegger's son in it. I think
Correct.
it's
I believe
Patrick,
so.
right?
Patrick, yep.
Yeah.
Patrick,
so
correct.
I think that's the only person I recognize the name. But that's a show that we kind of talked about in here when the season ended because they kind of had it out there that the spinoff was happening. So that looks like it's coming in 2023. So we'll probably end up watching that as well. Chris, what did
Yes.
you pick, buddy, for Amazon Prime?
The boys pick the boys.
Yeah.
It's it's a go-to. It's, after it's done, you want more, and we're getting more, but we have to wait a bit. But I'm not sure about the Gen V series. Like, it looks like just an expansion of the regular boys episodes.
Yeah.
But I hope it's a lot better than that cartoon of the boys animated
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Because I tried watching that. It was so hard to watch. It was just like, I don't care about these people. I don't care about
Right.
any of this. And they were short too. So it's like, it's got to be pretty bad if you can't sit through a short. But come on. Was it Eric Kripke, the show's creator? He's doing all the right things with these characters. So I look forward to the next season and see where everyone goes. And I'm sure it'll get crazier than the termite.
Yeah.
Although
they just
like
won
that.
like a special effects award for that scene, by the way.
As they should. My God, as gross and I was holding all my bits during that scene.
Yeah.
Man, they deserve it. They deserve whatever award that they make up to give them.
Yeah, between that and the like that superhero sex party.
Yes.
Like just all of it in that whole scenario was just crazy.
Yeah.
Someone pointed out in one of the preview articles I read too that finally we get a season where, Starlight finally gets to be all the way in. Like, she doesn't have to be like this double agent like she has been for the last couple seasons, where she has to either play nice or she's under the thumb of Homelander. She gets to start fresh, in the relationship she's been in and just going forward with, whatever plot line they're going to do without being covert. So I actually like that too. So everybody's on their individual sides. It's more just like almost, an extraction type thing, or trying to get, Homelander under wraps, which is a constant theme, but also his son, and that whole subplot is just heartbreaking. And hopefully they turn that around. They have that whole group they had at the end that has like that office or whatever and everything, whatever they were. I don't know if they called themselves something in particular. But yeah, so all that team, I'm in for season 4. I'm glad we're all on the same page there, because we're probably going to cover the crap out of it. So stay tuned for many episodes of The Boys season 4 to come. Apple TV Plus, guys. Let's go here next. I think I'm the outlier, so I'll start first. I went with Shrinking, which is actually coming up this Friday. This stars Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. It's about a grieving therapist who starts to tell his clients exactly what he thinks. Ignoring his training and ethics, he finds himself making huge changes to people's lives, including his own. This is done by Bill Lawrence, who is the creator of Scrubs, as well as, I believe he is the producer on Ted Lasso as well. So this, I really enjoyed the trailer. I like the cast. I'm very intrigued to see Harrison Ford not in the the world of Yellowstone or any offshoots, so I don't have to go down that rabbit hole. Although Shane just dipped his toe, so congratulations. Your AARP card is in the mail. I don't know. I'm being an asshole now, but I am really into this, so I'm hoping for the best on here. Jessica Williams is also in there, her of The Daily Show, and a bunch of different cool rom-coms I've seen. Ted McGinley's in this. I'm sure it's going to be like a lot of interesting people that are going to be the clients on top of whoever is interweaving through this guy's life. But yeah, it seemed like, a guy falling apart while also having a very prominent job of trying to have people not fall apart. So that sounds like a cool little cross section that I'm looking forward to and coming out this Friday on Apple TV Plus. But I believe you two are going to pick what probably is the pick in my heart. Speak on it, Mr. Chris. What'd you guys pick?
So I said that this is going to have a little asterisk, but it goes along with what you were looking forward to, another Bill Lawrence production, and that's Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
We just started this past weekend, the first season, and we love it. Me and the missus. It makes you feel good. All the accolades that it's gotten for the past 2 seasons is well deserved. I just love Jason Sudeikis as this character. I love that he's constantly a beacon of hope.
Yeah.
And he's upbeat, and even though things aren't going right, everyone's calling him a wanker.
Yeah.
He's not doing what he was brought over for, and he's not winning any games, but he still has that upbeat attitude. He's going to change this team, and it's not about winning or losing. It's about just becoming better people. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm in.
And a very deep cast. I love that show too. But I will say, because you said something very particular that I'm interested in. Where are you with the show right now?
First season.
Yeah. The first season is one of my favorite seasons of television probably in the last several years. However, season 2 I enjoyed, but it's not that level. So, or at least that's my opinion.
Don't
Shane,
rain on
I
my
would
parade, man.
Push that to you too. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. And you're going to still probably, weep like a baby and still enjoy a lot of things and still be looking forward to season 3 because I am. Yeah. But I will say for a lot of people, it was maybe the season felt rushed because they had such a hit on their hands that I think they did the best that they could. It's a mild sophomore slump, but it's still a very good show, and I am looking forward to season 3. Shane, do you agree with my assessment? Are you caught up? Where are you with Ted Lasso?
Oh, God, I've seen both seasons multiple times already. So, yeah, season 2, I'm talking just slightly under season 1, but it's close for me.
Yeah,
with the 2 seasons. But like Chris said, I think season 2, I don't want to say it gets darker, but there are darker elements and undertones and themes in season 2. Mm-hmm. And it did feel a little rushed at times. But man, come on, man. This is the show that put Apple on the map. This is the reason why people have Apple Plus right now, is Ted Lasso.
Yeah, you hope that they get a surge of sorts with maybe people will be interested in Shrinking too, and then I believe Severance is probably coming back this year as well.
I got to get into that. I like everyone that's involved with Severance, and I just never started it.
It's a good show. It's out there though, man.
But you know me, I'm all for that.
Yeah, and something that I've been kind of like, if I didn't just find like certain things to watch, my goal was to watch Servant before Knock on the Cabin comes out to kind of give me this nice Shyamalan ride that goes all the way through. And I hear the show is good. Are you watching that at all?
It's one of those shows that kind of slipped through the cracks with everything we have going on and all the shows we're trying to watch. I totally forgot about it, and then I saw a trailer for it. I'm like, oh, damn it, that's right. I kind of did have some interest in that because I did hear good things about that show.
Yeah, it's going on season 4?
Season 3, 4?
I think 4 just came out.
Oh,
so
got some catching up to do, guys.
I know.
Yeah, and Shane, one last thing, because you have watched season 2. I feel like part of the difference between if you liked season 2 or not hinges on the Coach Beard Odyssey episode. Where do you sit on that? Because some people hated that and skip it every time, or they're just like, this is just the type of thing that I needed. And I'm closer to the latter.
It's funny you mention that episode because it is one of their one-off episodes, and I love Coach Beard. It took me a while to get into that episode. I think the second time I appreciated it a little more. The first time I was on the fence of, why am I watching this bullshit? Like, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Second time through, I'm like, okay. I enjoyed it a little bit more, but I'm like straddling that fence right now between where do I want to go? But I understand both sides of the argument. I really do.
Yeah, it's simultaneously the episode where I go, I think they rushed this season, but it's also like, I like that this exists. And it's such a weird freak out episode that it just, but it's the weird part, right? Where it's right at the end of the season, or
yes,
like it's like the second or third to last episode. And
right.
you're like, what are we doing?
Right. Exactly.
But I enjoy it. I look forward to season 3 as well, just the same as you guys. But I am still in on Shrinking, and I don't know. Do you guys plan on watching that at all? Is that intriguing?
Yeah, I'm going to check it out.
I'll check it out. I just I only knew who was in it. I didn't know the concept yet.
Yeah, there's a trailer out,
told
man.
me.
So, yeah, I'd be interested in your opinion. I know you're anti-trailer, but if you want to like get the juices flowing, it's a good one.
Yeah, I only heard. Well, you only see Harrison Ford, kind of like looking Harrison Ford like on the poster or the thumbnail, whatever you want to call it. And then I saw a still of Jason Segel. I'm like, oh, so he's in it too. I'm like, okay, so I know 2 things for that. But I'll probably check it out this weekend. Yeah. Sure, why not?
Yeah, big Harrison Ford year, man. So we'll see. He just did like I said, the Yellowstone spinoff, and then has this coming up, and then obviously Indiana Jones this summer. So yeah, hey man, not bad for I believe 80-year-old this year.
Yeah, I believe so.
Insane. Moving forward, we got a last couple things here. Hulu, are we all on the same page on this one too?
I think not. I'm separate from you two.
Not. Yeah. Well, I'll put it out there. I'm picking The Bear season 2. The Bear season 1 was like one of the surprise hits for us. It just kind of came out of nowhere. It was one of those, like, I binged it in like a day and a half. And it goes by so fast. It's a very quick show, but my God, it is a roller coaster. It's so engrossing. It's got an impressive performance by an insane ensemble. And now Jeremy Allen White, I believe, is the lead of that show, who's now slowly getting cast in like bigger and bigger things outside of The Bear. But I hope they do The Bear justice by giving it enough seasons or enough play to really carve out this story. Because the first season knocked me on my ass, and I completely loved how brutal it could be at times, how funny it could be at times, and just a lot of actors and actresses that I haven't really been too involved in, that I just now I'm like, I need to see anything they do going forward. So kudos to The Bear. Loved it, and I'm looking forward to season 2. So did anyone else pick The Bear?
Nope.
Negative.
Shane, what'd you pick?
You sons of bitches. All right, Shane, what'd you get?
I had to do it. I'm sorry. This is kind of like The Bear where it's an FX Hulu / Venture. I got to go Justified. My boy Timothy Oliphant playing Raylan Givens, one of the best TV characters in the history of television. Justified is a top 5 Shane show of all time. And is coming out later this year. And you add Boyd Holbrook, who I love, to the cast of this show.
Yeah.
I'm all in. If you haven't seen the first season of Justified at all, get out from under that rock and go watch it. Raylan Givens, again, is just a badass, quick mouth, hot, draw, John Wayne-ish kind of character. Fucking love him. So gotta go Justified, man.
Yeah, excuse me while I get this rock off my head. All right, so I'll try to catch up with a billion seasons and then catch up to that.
Was
season.
It like 9 seasons? No,
there were 6. There were 6.
Okay, so see, it's 6.
Sure.
It's not 9.
Same, just inverted. You're good.
No, I do have to. I have to catch up on the last season. I think we had like a few episodes left of it, so we have to touch on that before we watch the new season or the new movie, whatever the hell it's going to be.
I had this weird disease where I didn't watch like anything with FX for like a very long time, and then slowly but surely caught up. Because I think the only thing maybe I watched back then was like The Americans. I watched for like a while.
Yeah. Those were the 2 right there, The Americans and Justified in my top 10. Oh, And shout out because Walton Goggins was in the original Justified too. So you pair him up with Timothy Oliphant, it's TV magic right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I didn't watch like Sons of Anarchy. I didn't watch a lot of that like period of FX, so it just never registered with me. So I'm not against it. I'd love to probably start it up and do that as well. Which, by the way, speaking of Sons of Anarchy, I think there is a show by those creators coming out on Netflix this year, whatever their new show is too. So a lot of cool stuff coming out from a lot of people we know. Chris, did you picked neither of these?
No, I picked
what you got, buddy?
Neither. I have to harken back to my younger years where I watched this first part, and then I was anxiously awaiting a second part that never came. But this year, I'm getting my wish. History of the World Part 2.
I was very tempted. I'm glad you're throwing this out there, though.
I don't have high hopes for it because I just feel it's going to be like, only Mel Brooks' name attached. It's not going to have that Mel Brooks magic.
No, he directed all the episodes. But
did he?
Yeah.
But did he help write it?
I would think so.
Maybe.
I don't know what prompted him to do this. I was like, I was just rubbing my eyes going, this has to be a fake trailer.
Right.
This
like Funny or Die or something like that.
Yeah.
Just
it feels the same way as like when Weird the Al Yankovic story stuff started coming around. I was like, this has to be fake.
Yeah.
And what's weird is it was based on something fake, so you could easily get duped. But this, I was just like, wait, Mel Brooks is like introing the trailer, and then all these people are in there. I'm like, it's not going to have that same feel, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little more picked up pace, updated kind of a thing, but I think it's still going to be funny. There's so many good people. I can't see where it won't be at least mostly funny.
Right. Like, it's got to feel like, like there's a through line ?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But no, like, you know what? He had the crew, Dom DeLuise, Harvey Korman. He had all those guys. Those guys were hilarious when they weren't even trying.
Yeah.
And now it seems like comedy nowadays is just like, let's go for the joke. We'll go fully into it, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, we'll keep on bashing you over the head for it. But I think this group of comedians and funny people will kind of not get it 100%, but will have mostly the laughs that we need.
Yeah. It's been 42 years, Chris. Like, it's so hard to try to do it unless you're top. They should have called it History of the World Maverick, and maybe people will watch it a little bit more if you're going to do 40 years in between movies
Mel Brooks
or
could
whatever
run.
it is. Yeah.
If he could run. At 96, 98? What is he?
He's
up there.
Insanely up there. Yeah. He and Carl Reiner were like best friends. Yep. And they're all around that because he was with Sid Caesar back in like the 50s and 60s, like Catskill stuff. He's been around for so damn long. I believe he has to be in his 90s.
He's 96.
96.
Okay, he is. Okay.
Yep.
This is it's
96
nuts,
years young.
But if you want to talk real nuts, talk about this cast that he got to be in these things. Let's just start with Johnny Knoxville, Zazie Beetz, Taika Waititi, Kumail Nanjiani, Seth Rogen, Danny DeVito, Pamela Adlon, Lauren Lapkus, Jake Johnson, David Duchovny, and more. Holy crap. That is insane. And I think, I'm probably missing people even from the trailer. I think I saw Sarah Silverman maybe and some other, like, it's unreal. So it just felt like a fever dream when I saw the trailer, and I hope, oh my God, do I hope that this is worthy of the name of Mel Brooks, because this guy, he's the reason why I did stand-up comedy and got into movies too, because, like, God, I mean, I grew up between that, Monty Python, and there were like certain people that I just gravitated to. And God, this guy is a legend, and he's one of my heroes. And God, I hope he lives to 106 because this guy, and to be still working, holy God, this man is, he's a marvel. He's a god to me.
And because he has such a storied career and a huge life led, I love the stories that he has. And I love actually anybody from that era or even, earlier than his.
Yeah.
I just love stories of old Hollywood, the people that he mentions. I know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because I was just such a sponge for comedy back then.
Yeah.
That you know Sid Caesar, Harvey Korman, the people he's talking about, and you're just like, I'm invested in this story that he's telling right now. I don't even care the movies that he's associated with. It's right now. The story that he's telling is just so engaging, and I love that about anybody of his stature.
Yeah. And I love the way they're rolling this out too. I'm sure you caught that too, where it's going to be a 4-day event. Yeah. So they're just rolling it right out. And I love that. I think it's a very smart way to do it through Hulu. And it's probably going to take over my week. So you guys will probably touch on that, at least in some part on this podcast too, I imagine, because it's going to just dominate my viewing for that week, and obviously with Chris as well, and maybe Shane. Shane, are you a huge Mel Brooks guy too, or is this on the
I'll give it a shot. No, I'm a hit or miss with Mel Brooks. I'll be honest with you. I could get in trouble for saying some of the stuff I want to say, but I think some of his movies are a little overrated, and I'll leave it at that.
I know which one you're referring to.
Yeah, but no, I like him overall. It's just I'm not geeked up about this one, though I will watch it because I just watch everything because I'm a lunatic. So
sure, yes,
I'll,
is why
I'll
we
give
love
it a
you,
go.
Shane.
Yeah, right.
So we could throw out some honorable mentions. The key one for me, and I hope everybody watches this show because I will be. This also starts this week, and I know it was on Chris's to watch list as well. Poker Face coming out on Peacock. Yes, I'm going to watch something on Peacock that isn't like House reruns or Law and Order, or Psych, which shocks me completely. I'm really into the thought of this show. It's produced by Ryan Johnson. You're getting kind of like an updated kind of like goofy Columbo kind of a vibe going on that really intrigues me. And of course, it's, I believe, produced and starring Natasha Lyonne alongside Ryan Johnson. And from what I understand, it's going to be a lot of, kind of stars coming in and out, being like in the cases on that episode and then bow out from there. I know I've seen Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Adrian Brody, Chloe Sevigny, just to name a few, in terms of the people who are going to make an appearance on this show, at least one episode at a time. So I'm in. I miss these type of shows. I miss my Monk. I miss my, Psych. I miss these type of shows. And if it comes even close to that thing, I want this show to be on for the next decade. So, because I need something like this where I'm not watching reruns for the rest of my life. Chris, like I said, you had this on your list as well. Yeah. What are you looking forward to with Poker Face?
I'm a huge fan of Natasha Lyonne, who I am convinced is propped in front of a camera and not told it's a show or a movie. She's just acting herself. I'm all for it. I loved Russian Doll. The last season, not as great as the first season, but I've always stood behind her achieving success, keeping sober, and just putting out this stuff that just constantly entertains at whatever level. If you're telling us it's an old school Columbo, I'm in. Yeah. That's my jam. I used to love those.
Yeah.
You know, they were the same episode each week, but you know,
I know.
kinda
I watched that. I watched Murder, She Wrote. I watched all of them.
Exactly. Like, you
Matlock.
know, I think
Yeah.
the running joke with Murder, She Wrote is, you know, here she is on this small, you know, Maine island or whatever. And, you know,
Just
there's
death
always
follows her
someone.
everywhere.
Yeah, everyone's getting killed.
Yeah.
And she's solving the murder. You're a writer. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, even Murder, She Wrote, I think, kind of passed the torch with the Matlock thing and everything else.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's nice that Ryan Johnson, who's bringing that murder mystery vibe back, and there's a bunch of shows that are trying to be copycats or movies doing copycat things of Knives Out. So, hey, let them do the TV version. Let's do this because they understand what it takes to write and produce a good murder mystery. So I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
Shane, do you have any other honorable mentions?
I do. Real quick. This is also on the cock. That is Miss Davis.
Yeah.
Miss Davis. Because I just found out about this show today. I love Betty Gilpin from Glow fame and
do too.
The movie The Hunt. I am
Bless her
all over
son.
her. Well, you know, I that's my kind
She's
of jam.
good in it. I just didn't like the movie that much.
Yeah, I know. But no, so I'm all over that one. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about it. Faith versus Technology. She plays a nun. I'm in. And one minor shout out. And I don't know who has the streamer anymore. I haven't met a person who has stars, but I'm going to go there for a second.
All right.
Yeah, Chris, you'll know, and you'll like this show.
Oh, sure.
Party Down season 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard they were
Coming to
bringing that back.
stars.
Yep.
Loved the first 2 seasons of that show.
Yep.
Have them on DVD, and I'm kind of curious and excited about season 3 with Adam Scott and Ken Marino and that whole cast coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I going to get stars? We'll see. I don't know.
Here's the
But
thing.
those are the 2.
Here's what I need to know from Shane to know whether I should be, like, you're like a good barometer of whether I should be excited. The Gentleman, based on the Guy Ritchie movie as a Netflix show, are you excited or not?
Oh, I'm all in on that. Are you kidding me?
I know. I'm so on the fence, though, because I liked the movie, but I was like, I think that was enough. You know, like, just give me more movies. But, like, I don't know. I'm about a series. I don't know how they're going to spin it off. I don't know a ton of details, so I'm kind of up in the air on that one. But yeah, I'm going to watch it because it's anything kind of Guy Ritchie related. I've watched all of it. So, definitely going to do that. Same thing, my boy Neil Gaiman, you know, as we're in between Sandman seasons, thank goodness that's coming back, but probably not for 2023. Dead Boy Detectives on HBO is based on a Gaiman project where he's going to be, you know, part of the producing and showrunner team, where it's a medium and 2 dead boys, dead like ghosts that help solve mysteries. I'm all into that. Obviously, we went through the whole murder mystery thing with Poker Face, so just give me more of that. But then add the Neil Gaiman affect to it, and I'm all in. That's all I need to know. Yep, and of course we're going to probably cover the Marvel stuff to death here, and anything else. I mean, there's a bunch of shows that we covered last year, like Only Murders in the Building. I'm up for season 3 on that. There'll be a bunch of stuff in that vein. Succession, a bunch of shows I like coming back. So the one thing I'm curious that Shane didn't pick was Obliterated. Have you looked into it? It's the same people who made Cobra Kai.
I have not really dove into it yet, to be honest with you.
It looks like an action comedy with, of all people, C. Thomas Howell is one of the leads of this show. And apparently it's like, imagine if the show starts like 24, but then they celebrate that they caught the terrorist, and then they realize that they didn't catch the terrorist. But they're in the middle of a party where they're all hammered, but they have to figure out where a bomb is, I think in Vegas.
Okay, you got me.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm like, that premise sounds gold. So I was definitely into that thought. Anything else for you, Chris, besides Poker Face?
No, none that I can really think of. You know, like you said, the Marvel shows, of course, I'm going to watch them. But, you know, like I said, with Loki season 2, I didn't expect a season 2.
Correct.
I barely expected season 1, which I liked, sure enough, but
Yeah.
They really have to sell me on this stuff after phase 4 went the way it did. I really don't know how they're connect all of it.
Yeah.
And maybe they're just going to shrug their shoulders and go forward. I don't know.
Yeah. I liked Loki. I think Loki was probably my favorite MCU show of all of this stuff. But
Okay.
I just don't want it to get much like we talked about with Ant-Man Quantumania last week. Is it going to get caught up too much in the Kang thing to be the same flavor of kind of like intrigue and fun that I liked about the last season? So, to be determined. And that's why I think I didn't pick it. You were absolutely right to be choosing between that and Secret Invasion, because that's the one that when Shane and I covered, was it D23 or whatever, we kind of tossed that into an episode, and that was the one that stuck out to us too. So we'll probably cover that as well. But yeah, looks like a pretty solid year of TV. A lot of shows we liked from last year that were part of our favorites all coming back for this year, with a lot of new shows that seem very intriguing. So it's a solid mix. I swear we'll cover TV in earnest probably much more in these next couple months, as a lot of these shows are going to end up dropping, including Mando on March 1st. So enjoy all those. Stick to this podcast, like, subscribe, do the whole thing. Stick with us every week and come back for more next week on Recent Activity.